Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and in this video we're gonna cover a couple of news topics. One of them is a little bit older, but I was MIA from YouTube during that time, so I thought I would give my input on that too. That's gonna come up later. First of all, I want to talk about the possibility of Xbox Emulation coming to PC and Xbox Game Pass also coming to PC. Now, if you guys don't know what Game Pass is, I assume a lot of you guys don't know what that is. It is Xbox One's Netflix-like service. It's a $10 a month subscription, and it grants you access to a catalog of 100 games that's constantly growing and ever evolving. I saw the catalog of games available now. I mean, if you're looking at the price point, $10 a month, you really can't complain about it, but the games leave a lot to be desired. There's a lot of filler titles in there. There's games like Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and Judgment, which are 4 games that were given free with the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and they have a lot of older titles, a lot of older sports titles, but to be honest, there's still a lot of great games on there. I believe Halo 5's on there, Mad Max is on there, so if you look at it as a whole for $10 a month, you can easily say it's worth it, and for the potential of that to be brought over to PC is very exciting. PC Gamer talked to Phil Spencer over E3 and asked him about emulation as well, an OG Xbox emulation. If you guys don't know, Xbox One not only has Xbox 360 emulation, but the original Xbox will soon be emulated as well. PC Gamer asked if it's possible that could make its way over to the PC in the future, and his one-word response was yes. And then he elaborated saying, quote, "I want people to be able to play games. Emulation is hard. Xbox 360 specifically is a PowerPC chip emulated to x86, which is difficult. It's a little bit easier when you have a fixed spec. When you think about Xbox, Xbox One S, and Xbox One X, and then you think of the variable specs of the PC space, so you're taking a fixed spec PowerPC emulator and then moving it over to run on PC, so there's a lot of work there. The original Xbox, OG Xbox, is a little bit easier because that was an x86 chip it was running on. Obviously, when we think about UWP and the ability for games to run across console and PC, we're getting closer. I want developers to be able to build portable applications, which is why we've been focusing on UWP for games and even apps that want to run on multiple devices. So I think we've got work to go there, but I think it's in our future," end quote. Now, Phil Spencer is a guy that's always talked relatively positively about PC, but the actual moves Microsoft has made on PC leaves a lot to be desired. Some of the games ran very poorly. You look at Quantum Break, you look at Forza Horizon 3, those games needed a lot of work. There were games that ran really well, such as Gears of War 4, but then you also have the awful Windows Store. There's a lot of work to be done if Microsoft really wants to make an impact on PC, and the reality of the situation is, and the terms that people have to come to accept, is that Microsoft does not care about PC as an ecosystem. They just care about Windows. That's why you see all the big games like Gears of War 4, Forza Horizon 3 exclusive to the Windows 10 store. They want as many people possible on their Windows 10 platform. It's understandable from a business point of view, but it just kind of sucks for the gamer. Nonetheless, Game Pass coming to PC as well as Xbox emulation is very exciting. Personally, I want to see Xbox 360 emulation. There's a lot of great Xbox 360 games that never came over to PC. Fable 2 is one of my favorite games. Lost Odyssey was a fantastic JRPG, and I can go on and on. There was a lot of great games on the Xbox 360 that I would love to be able to play in some form on PC, even if they aren't running at 1080p and 60 FPS. The second news topic I want to talk about is actually like a month old, but I thought I still should talk about it, and that's the sales of Bayonetta. If you guys don't know, Bayonetta was a game that was released on last generation platforms, Xbox 360 and PS3, back in 2010. It was a game that I wasn't clamoring for it to come over to PC, but it's a great game, and if it came over to PC, yeah, I'll buy it if it's priced well. 7 years later, it finally made its way over to PC. It was a solid port, game ran well, and the game itself was very good, and it was priced well at just $20. And turns out that the game sold really well. Sega confirmed that the PC sales of the game was 170,000 plus, and while on the surface that doesn't sound like a lot, you know, you've got games like Grand Theft Auto 5 selling millions and millions, for the kind of game that Bayonetta is and the small-scale project of bringing a 7-year-old game over to PC, that is very successful. Think about that, guys. To release a game on Steam for 20 bucks, it's digital distribution, so a lot of the costs are diminished. Steam gets their cut, and then Sega gets their cut, and $170,000 times whatever cut that Sega get, well, that is a pretty nice chunk of change for not a lot of effort. I mean, I'm sure they put effort into porting this game over to PC, but do they put millions of dollars worth of effort? Probably not. So that just goes to show there's sometimes a stigma with PC gamers, with people thinking, oh, there's no profit to be made on PC, people just pirate their games. Well, Bayonetta is a single player only game, and it sold really well. Sega is very happy with the sales of the game. That's why they also released Vanquish over on PC. You'd think if they weren't happy with the sales that they be continuing to release their games. They're making money. If you guys didn't see my other video a few days ago, Sega is also open to Yakuza and Persona coming to PC in the future, and those games, I expect them to perform very well on PC. Hopefully that happens sooner rather than later. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you be interested in Xbox Game Pass coming over to PC, or is it something that you would forego if it was Windows 10 exclusive? Also, what's your thoughts on an Xbox emulator? Personally, Xbox 360 emulation is what I'm looking for, and let me know, did you play Bayonetta? Were you one of the 170,000 plus that picked up the game, and if you did, what are your thoughts on it? And if you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below as well. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.